Digiscrap map, finding your way in digital scrapbooking. Digiscrap map, finding your way in digital scrapbooking.
Hi all, I'm Hummy here at Hummy's World, and I'm excited to see everybody. We're finally officially starting a little bit late. I appreciate everybody who has come today to watch this live drawing to see who has won Photoshop Elements. I've been seeing a lot of things in the chat room about football, Monday night football, so I take it you all don't like having Monday night chats. I am so sorry, I didn't know that. No, well, you're too late if you're not one of these many things over here that I have. I feel like, snow, I could do a bunch of snow here, but I'm busy getting them all wound up. So do you want to do the live giveaway first, or do you want to make me torture you all by talking about the visual weight tutorial first? Yeah, there were several people that missed the end. I was going to try to get you in, but I couldn't approve the posts and things weren't going well for me. I would have needed to print them out and cut them out and get them in. I tried. I really did try. They want to be tortured? Wow. See, I have hubby right here on Instant Messenger, and he said, instant message me when you want me to come in to draw. So you want to do, does not want to be tortured? So, I don't know whether to keep y'all holding. Are y'all going to leave me if we draw first? Because I really need everybody to have links to some layouts. I love that I'm seeing so many names that I know here tonight. Okay, so if we draw first, you notice I've got 150 of these things. I'm going to take a quick photo of them. Draw but don't tell. Oh, I don't know if I could do that. Keep a secret, draw but don't tell. I'm going to draw 3 names because some of the people, I'm going to take a picture of all these names on my bed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call hubby in because, I've just been waiting weeks to draw these names. And I figured, some people, like whoever this is really thick. So I'm thinking that the people who took the time to really write a really long thing on the blog, like Carol, whoever Carol is, might have a better chance of hubby reaching in and drawing this. Let me text hubby and tell him to come, and we will, what shall I put? How shall I summons the man? No, I can't keep a secret. I really can't. So I got this hat. I don't work with headsets. I got a hat, so I don't even need props this time. Tell them the natives are getting restless. So he should be coming any moment now. I have summons the man. I like this hat too. It hangs from the shelf in my kitchen, and we're going to use it to draw from. Hello, hubby. Okay, I want you to get over here. Let's turn this a little bit. You're going to have to get over here and start putting these in my hat.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, shuffle them as you do it. Nope, nope, because I want them to see it in the camera. Are you ready, guys? They all sang, "Hi, hubby."
Hello.
Okay. Oh. Now wait a minute. We can't. They're overflowing. We cannot have them on the floor.
That's why you need to put it over here a little bit.
I backed up a little bit so it won't go on the floor. Oh. Do you think this is the way other people give away? Ah!
I didn't know you could give away.
Now wait a minute. Don't be so haphazard. He's getting them off the floor, y'all.
I'm not haphazard.
If you fall on the floor, it's randomly not your lucky day. Here, I will open the hat a little wider.
That would have been a big benefit a few minutes ago.
Okay, now, did I tell him what we're doing next weekend? No, I didn't tell him what we're doing next weekend. Now, come on over here and sit beside me. Oh, there's one down there. There's two down there. Got to put them in.
There we go.
Okay. Whew. See this little screen over here, dear?
Yes, I see the little screen.
You got to make sure you're on it. See?
Oh, well, I need to, oh, man.
Yeah, so you got to get real close.
Megalopagus.
There. Can you see?
Oh,
All right. Now look over here because that means we're looking straight at him. That's what? Beauty as it should be?
No,
Snuggle up.
that's not what I said.
Aww. He's going to be the one to draw. And I love that we're doing this random so y'all know we're not cheating. It's all like 150 names are in here. And now how are you going to draw it, dear?
With my right hand.
With your right hand.
See, this is the actual hand.
Anybody want to say some prayers before we draw, or do some kind of rain dance ritual or PSE ritual?
Maybe some begging or something like that. I didn't put that out there. I'm so sorry.
Oh, he wants to see that hand again.
Autographs can be given.
Autographs can be given.
Yes.
Are you ready, or shall we make this a little bit more suspenseful?
Maybe the winner will do a victory dance. Maybe so. Maybe I'll do a victory dance.
I want to see him do the victory dance, don't you?
Okay, good to go.
Would you just do it already, she says?
Oh, please.
we need a little bit more suspense. Come on now, you can give us a little bit more.
Okay. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your hat, dance. Okay. I don't know. I'm the victim here. I'm brought in for a little bit.
Okay.
What are we waiting for? I forget.
A copy of Photoshop Elements.
Ooh,
I'm not sure how you're getting it. I guess it kind of depends on where you live.
Okay.
I know I can order it on Amazon and have it mailed straight to you after I pay for it.
Maybe
But
Georgia Jungle.
I'm not sure that I can do that if you live in Australia or somewhere else. It may take longer to get to you that way.
My kayak's very small.
And gonna kayak across the ocean.
There you go. Oh man, now I'm getting seasick. Maybe I'll take that plane instead. Ride with the stewardess.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, the pilot's got a hairy chin. Not good for me.
You're gonna ride with me, not the stewardess.
Okay, you two. Uh-oh. Mid base.
Okay, is the suspense up yet? We have 21 guests and 11 people signed in. I love all the chat room going on there.
Minnesota, California, Michigan. Know your states for 100.
Are you gonna pick, or I get to read, right?
All right. Well, I'm just doing the picking.
We're gonna pick 3 in case someone, because some of these I don't know if I can contact the people. So, you know, I'm going to give the winner like a week to get in contact with me and give me their address. If you live in another part of the country, or not the country, another part of the world, outside of this country, I may have to order it and have it sent to me and then mail it to you.
Check the hand again. Sorry.
So, yeah, check the hand. Go ahead, check the hand.
Hand check.
They can't see you. You're off the screen. You got to be careful.
Hand check. Look at that. Hand check.
Get over here.
Okay.
You got to snuggle up. Are you going to make them in suspense even more? You're going to dig deep, or you're going to take one off the top?
I'm digging deep. Yeah,
okay. You hold this. We're gonna do 3, and I'm gonna give the person like a week to I'm holding it. That was a wicked laugh.
Okay, if you say so. Hope it's me too.
Pindy says, that looks like mine! But I'm going to draw 3, and that way I'm going to give the person a week to hook up with me and make sure I get their address so I can make arrangements. And if they don't, then the runner-up will get their chance at it. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to draw 3 names. So if the first person comes forward and you're the second person drawn, you're gonna just know how close you came.
So you don't have to leave the race after. All right, you're gonna read that?
Do you want me to read it?
I don't know. I thought this is how it goes.
Do y'all want me to read it? Seriously? I guess I could put you over here. Y'all want me to read it?
Oh, I guess. Yes. Yes. Oh, yay.
Oh, she says wait. Digicheck says, nah, let us wait. All right.
Okay, do you want to do another one?
No, I'm going to read it. Because I have to know. I know who this person is. We may not need to draw another one. That's like sing-songy, isn't it?
Sure.
I haven't seen her around the forum in a while, but I do know who she is, and I know who this person is, and you all don't. I don't know if she's even here tonight. I don't think she's here tonight. I haven't seen her. I don't think she's here tonight, unless she's one of those 22 guests.
And the winner is...
Somebody said... Hi, Hummy. Long time. I changed email addresses and didn't realize that you had a newsletter. I'm signing up when I get done. You are so sweet to offer PSE9. I just downloaded the trial to see what it was all about. I just read about your brush and had to laugh. My husband still has a comb from before we got married. He won't use any other, says they're too scratchy. We had an incident where the brush disappeared and came back, and I blogged about it. She says, thanks again for the opportunity to win PSE9. Hey, I'm waving. Pick me. Pick me. Well, Diane, Denny, I did pick you.
We have a winner.
Does anybody know Denny? Diney? I know her. It's D-I-N-E-Y is what she uses. And her name's Diane. Do you all know Diane? Is Diane here, I wonder? She has been around the digital scrapbooking world for quite a while. In fact, I think she was even in that Yahoo group. And her email is here. Does everybody want to know if you would have got picked second? Do you want to know? Go ahead. They want to know. Let's see. Let's see who would have been picked second. Go ahead. Ooh, he's going deep. He's going deep.
I think I got one.
You just want one? You just want one?
There, that one.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Maybe. I don't think I would want to know. I don't know who this person is, but it's Sickwe Images. Another count me in, Hummy. Hope to come to chat too. Thank you. Are you here? I don't know if she's here. You can't see it.
No, I can't see it.
PSE9 images or something like that. Almost. Anyway, that was a lot of cutting. Do you want to see the third person?
You want to set this aside? Set that aside.
Do you want to see the person? That would have been the second. That's the runner-up. One more. Do one more. Let's see who one more runner-up was. Even though I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get a hold of the first person.
Using the aforementioned right hand.
Hubby didn't do the cutting. My son Jaron helped me do the cutting. I'll tell you what hubby did.
Uh-oh. Have I been bad?
He helped me make the bed.
Wow.
That way, you know, I wasn't sitting here.
Yes, that would be visual arts, by the way.
See, you didn't know that making the bed was art.
There you go. There's an art too.
Leave it up to hubby.
I'm not coming to your house. Forget it.
No. It also gives good back scratches.
I'm still not coming to your house.
No, because he's staying here. Okay, you want to know who the third person would have been? We met Bunchy. Remember, she was at the St. Louis gathering with us.
Yeah,
You remember her? Her name was Tammy.
Yeah.
And she brought her sister, and her sister recently had a baby. Bunchy's been putting layouts in the forum.
Ah, excellent. Well, congratulations.
Okay, here's the third one. Brown-Eyed Susan said, didn't know you had a newsletter, but signing up now. I adore your tutorials and all the help you give. I would love a copy of PSE9. Thanks for all you do, Mindy.
Excellent.
That would have been number 3.
Hi, Bunchy.
That's Tammy. And almost congrats.
Oh, excellent. Well said.
Okay, you all.
Jaron will say thank you also. All right. Am I needed any further?
So, it would have been more fun if the winner was here, but we said you didn't have to be here to win because people are all over the world. So, yeah, I am done with you unless you just want to stay and make funny jokes.
Well, let's see how it goes for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, pat. Thank you. Oh, wow.
Okay, let's get down to some fun here. Here is my tutorial that is in course 1 on visual weight. Now there's lots of things other than visual weight that affect your layout, and but this is what I tend to focus on. Let's move this over a little bit on the screen. I'm going to scoot us in the corner a little bit. Let me do some Bunchy says she's so late that she don't have any layouts. Well, they have to be uploaded, so if you just go to your forum, to the gallery, and get a link to one of your layouts, we will look at it. But you can come into the course 1 and watch a full video with this tutorial, but I thought it would be fun. I know we all learn a lot, especially when I put these on the blog. When I copy them from the forum and put them into the blog, they seem to get a lot of good response. But what we want to do with our layouts, for all those people who have trouble digital scrapbooking and like me and need a checklist to go through to figure out how to make their layouts better, I put this tutorial together as I was learning myself, and I had a bunch of people in the Yahoo group that I was in when I was first learning who also helped to sort of teach me. They would say, why don't you try this, why don't you try that, and as we were all chatting And as I was redoing my layouts, I was taking notes. Everybody knows that I'm an analyzer. I like to analyze things. Just ask him.
Yeah.
Okay. I even will analyze him.
Oh, gotta go.
No, 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 no. What commercial? Tapping finger through commercial. Okay. I was just explaining how I came up with this. This didn't come out of a book or anything. But what you want is your photos to be the first thing that you look at when you look at your layouts. And if you sometimes I'll turn my head away and come back and look and kind of observe what the first thing is that I see when oh, good grief. Oh, her internet's slow. I'll observe the first thing I see, and I know when I was first learning it and trying to train my eye to do this, I used to take up my layouts, and my computer used to be in the living room, and I used to go, "Hey boys, what's the first thing you see?" And I'd make them look at my layout, and they'd tell me the first thing they'd see, and then I'd turn back around and oh man, they're right. You know, I didn't see it at first, and then over time, my poor boys, my poor men, constantly asking them, "What do you see first? What do you see first?" I learned to train my eye, and I would challenge you to get out there and do the same thing with your layouts. Now, you know, not always do we want our photos to be the first thing we see. Sometimes we purposefully want other things to be the focal weight and be the first thing we see, but in general it's your photos. And y'all are talking about my classes in the chat room. So I've lost where my train of thought was. So let's go through these. We have the first one is contrast, and then size, and color, shape, texture, isolation, value, and balance. You can download this PDF in at my site for free and review it, and we're just going to do it quickly. This one shows contrast. The first photo over here is not contrasted at all. The photos are an equal color weight, equal saturation, you might want to say, or equal brightness, and so they don't really pop. But here in the middle, when I put them with a black background, and the photos you see obviously really pop. So if you want to observe first your photos and decide whether they are light photos or dark photos or a middle of the ground photos, which these are middle of the ground. If they're light photos, then you're obviously going to want to darken your background. If they are dark photos, you're going to obviously want to lighten your background. And then this one over here, you see they pop also, even with them on a light background. Down here, I share with you that sometimes our photos are both light and dark. And so for here, the light one is popping over here, but then the dark one is not. And so that's where our matting comes into play. I put a dark matte on the light photo, and then I stacked some mattes with the dark one here, and now you see that both of the photos are popping. And so this is the contrast design principle. Here is an example where both light and dark work, because there's both light and dark in the photo. And so on this first one, the white is contrasting with the black background, and it's making the whole photo pop. Over here on the black one, it's contrasting with their white shirts inside the photo, and it's making the eye go straight to my three little guys. If you all have any questions, just ask in the chat room as we're going, and I'm going to go through these fairly quickly so we can get straight to looking at some layouts. Size is another one. It's an obvious one. In this first one here, all three photos are the same size, and obviously none of them are the focal weight. And let me move it over so you can see it. I made one of them large, and where does your eye go first? It goes straight to the dog. And also, this is a good example of the rule of thirds. If you use three photos and then pick one as your focal photo and make it larger, size will help it. Color is another factor here. I left only the bone in color as my example, but using complementary colors and color schemes will help. And here in this example, the fourth principle is shape, and so I use the arrow to bring your eye to the photo. Texture, I don't have an example in this tutorial. I always meant to rewrite it, but texture, stripes can be texture. If you have a striped paper, that is a texture that can draw visual weight away from your photo. Isolation, and a lot of people use this in the digital scrapbooking world. Isolation is when you have a lot of white space over here and the eye is being pushed down through the white space onto a small area of the photo. And then we have value. So if you get a really cute element in a kit and you put it on your layout, it's going to have value and your eye is going to go straight to it. And one thing, you know, all of these design principles work together and they counterbalance each other. So one thing to counterbalance value would be to make your really cute item small. It's so cute, a lot of us try to make it big, and we have to resist that temptation because we want those, we don't want the cute item to be the visual weight. And the last one is balance. I have an example. There's a lot here about balance, but I have an example here. This one on the right, you can see it's got the focal weight, the larger photo on the top. It's got this dark matte on the top. It's got a large letter on the top. And if you look at this one over here, I've switched them where I put all of that stuff on the bottom. And so basically bottom heavy layouts look better than top heavy layouts. And it's amazing how many times I tell people to make them a little bit bottom heavy and they come back and they say, your daughter keeps getting out of bed asking to come see me. That's really sweet. So it's amazing how when I see people redo layouts and just simply leaving a little extra space at the top.
My balance is off.
Hubby has value, but balance is off. Is your balance off, dear?
I'm gonna go have that fixed right away.
Oh, he's gonna leave me. Don't leave me.
I'm not gonna leave you. I'm just gonna go in another room.
All right. Do we have layouts to look at? He has made his exit. Okay, Rod's got one. We are going to call it up. Should be coming up here any minute now. Unless for some reason it goes into IE. Let's try it again. Oh! Yeah, it did. It went into the Internet Explorer. Let me grab the link. Actually, it went into the one that with the chat room. I don't want that one. Okay. Whoa, y'all are ready. Don't go too fast. I'm glad y'all are ready. We're going to take a look at them. I'm going to have to copy links and put them in this browser for us. And now I'm in no way an expert at this. Absolutely no way am I an expert at this, and it's just taken years to train myself to look for these things. Here is a great one that Rod did for our snow globe lesson, and I would say my eye actually, I gotta look away and look at it again. I mean, my eye actually goes to these little pink flowers first. Let's move this over to the side so that we can see the layout and I can see the chat room at the same time in case you all are asking questions. My eye goes to these little flowers on his layout first, and so that has to do with the color. And Claudette says her too. They go there first. One has to do with the color. It has this dark color on there. And the other has to do with size. And so Rod says he thought about, this is Rod's layout, he thought about making those smaller. Sometimes you got to trust your instinct. And so what you needed to do was make the photo of Mercedes larger and then accent it with some small photos. Bye, Bunny. We'll see you later, and thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming. Bunny was our first Digiscrap map show, so she's got a little special place in my heart with these shows. Yeah, you want to take and make this a little bit larger and just accent it with some small photos. And you know, you don't have a whole lot of room with this being in your snow globe to make it much bigger, so that makes it a little bit more difficult of a situation. Okay, let me scroll up and get another one. Copy link location. I'm not, let's click on it. It's going to come up in the wrong thing. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. Yeah, this doesn't have to be just my gallery. If you're not from Hummy's World, you're welcome to share one from another gallery too if you have it there. And so this is Sarah's layout, and in this case she gives us no photos at all. And I think, let's see, I need to look away and look back. I think my eye goes first to the poem. And if that is her goal, for the poem to be the focal weight, then she has been successful in that. My eye travels over here second to this butterfly and travels down the page, and that's a nice flow that kind of shows one rule of thirds and also shows how you can purposefully place things on a page to have your eye naturally flow from one point to another. And so my eye does start here and then it does travel down the side over here. And I mean, there's not a whole lot to the layout to make recommendations of changes. it's a really beautiful layout. So was this your goal, is to have the text your focal weight? Yes, that was her goal. You know, the little sparklies everywhere, I don't think that they distract from the focal weight either. Let me see, we got one here from Digichick. Let's see. It is not letting me copy those links. So I'm going to have to continue to do it the hard way to bring them up. Okay, the link is not working. Let's see if I can observe it. Okay, let me back this out. See if this works. Okay, here is a layout, and this is I think was Digichick's layout. And you want to first look to see where your eye goes, and my eye goes first, of course, straight to her eyes here. And so if that is what her goal was for a focal point, it's a gorgeous layout, then she was successful if she was wanting her eye to go to the background photo first. She did a lot of blending, and she's got this beautiful poem on here, and I would say that I need to keep looking away and looking back. I think my eye goes, I think it goes down here to the bottom and then jumps up at the top. And if I had any suggestion at all, it would be to help my eye flow a little bit better. You definitely needed something up in here to fill the space for balance, but to have my eye go from here down to here and then jump back up here, it's a little bit, my eye's kind of fighting. Doesn't know where to go, and I have to struggle to kind of look. Yes, Bindi, I agree. I love the font that she has here. But, you know, I think it's a beautiful layout. You don't really need to change it at all. But that, if I had any suggestion, it would, I don't know even how you would fix that. It works for me. She says maybe put all three photos in the bottom corner grouped together. I thought about that, if you put all three photos down here, but I think then she's going to lose some of her balance if she does that. Your other choice would be move these photos down here to this corner, and that would also give you some of the isolation technique, and as Claudette said, would also give you more bottom weight. It's not, these up here are not helping it to be bottom weighted. So if you just move these two down here maybe to this corner, it would help give all this kind of blank space so it pushes down. And what is that Hasselhoff baloney? And so I don't know what Rod is talking about. I think you get my idea. You bring this down here, it's going to, one, make it bottom weighted, two, it's going to have your isolation technique working on it. I think your eyes would maybe go here first and then travel from the poem and then down and around, or maybe here and then back up to the poem. Okay. Where else are we? I gotta go way back up. Here's one from Connie. Do you think I'll ever get away with, I don't know why it wants to put link instead of actually copy the link. So let's play our little game again. it's going to come up in this one. I'll get the link, bring it over here. Whose is this? Is this Connie's? Yes, I grabbed Connie's. And here's Connie's layout. Now Connie, I can tell you this one's pretty easy for me to see. My eye in here goes straight to the buckle first, and then it struggles to get past the buckle to the photo of Travis. And oh, I see they're having a little bit of trouble with ads. And so one thing, two things that you could do to help this would be, one, the color, because you have a bright white belt, or yeah, the belt, which is under the buckle. You did a great job on the buckle lesson, though, by the way. Claudette says she sees the red bow first. That is true too. I think my eye goes here and then goes over to the red bow second, and you just totally skip over the photo altogether. And Sarah says her eye fights with the ribbon and the red bow. So one thing you would do is change the color of this buckle ribbon, so that it's not bright. It's the only white thing on the page. That's one thing why your eye goes straight to it. It's the only white thing on the page. You need to try to remember the rule of thirds when you're working with colors. And that's also why the eye goes straight to the ribbon, because it's virtually, other than the little flowers up here, the only red on the entire layout. So by changing the color of the ribbon and changing the color of the buckle, that's going to help reduce the visual weight on those pieces. The other thing would be to take and make your buckle thinner, a lot smaller. I do like the little flowers on it, but making it smaller will also help. But you do need it going from edge to edge. I keep saying I need to add to my digital scrapbooking written tutorials some examples about grounding. This because it touches this edge, and then everything else on the page touches underneath the belt. It serves to ground everything, and so you don't want to lose your grounding by making this smaller and not having it touch the edges. I don't think this stuff you've got tucked in around the back or even the title is a problem. I think using the softer purple for the title color is a good idea. And another thing that I'm noticing is the bright white in the photo, the background. When you took this photo, exposure was on this white in the background, and so it also looks like there may be a little bit of a color cast. And so I would take your color cast tool and take that dropper and just touch it on his white shirt and watch what happens to this photo. And then I might also even adjust your levels. You know, we have the lesson in the forum on fixing exposure just by simply moving the sliders on the levels. And so by making your photo a little bit brighter and fixing it so the eye goes to him rather than the beautiful water behind it, it will also help. So are you okay? I haven't heard from Connie. I don't think that I don't want to hurt her feelings. Was I not too gentle? Yes, Bindi suggests tucking part of the ribbon under the photo. That was something I thought about and didn't and didn't say, because it's still going to serve to ground it, but it's going to take some, if you move the buckle area down here a little bit and have maybe this part go underneath this frame, that would, yes, I agree, Gal. What a cool layout, though. So anyway, if you do a redo, Connie, and post it in the forum, I do want to see it. And Rod says honest is better than gentle. That's why I wanted you all to submit your own layouts rather than picking random ones. I don't really want to hurt somebody's feelings. Missing some of them. Here's one I'm going to pick on, but from DigiChick. I've lost some of them in the scroll of things, so after this one you may need to repost one of yours if I haven't gotten to it yet. Let's go over here and paste it. Oh, let's hit enter. La di da di da di da. I'm no expert at this. I just have learned to train my eye because I am not artistically natural at this. Oh, we already used these. We already did this one. Does somebody have another layout for me to try? Somebody post one. If not, I'll have to go get one of my own. Oh, there's one. I remember Bindi posting that earlier. Let me copy that and put that in here. To rack scraps. And the first thing I see, I need to look away again and look back, is the photos. So even if there's anything else we recommend changing, it won't matter because she passed the test. Very successfully there, passed the test. I think it's good, even though she passed the test, to talk about the design principles so that we all learn, even if we know what is done right. I would say having it in black and white. I have trouble doing black and whites. For some reason, I cannot change my photos to black and white, but I love them whenever I see them. Having the photo in black and white and then having the rest of it in color is sort of that color isolation principle that we talked about. And so that brings your eye straight there. Of course, the photo is the largest thing on the layout, and so that also brings her eye straight to the photo. She has these elements on here, the flowers, that have visual weight to them, but because she's kept the color, a nice color to coordinate, and kept the flowers small enough, they don't pull too much visual weight. I will say my eye does go to them second. And I will say that if I had one suggestion for this layout, now that I keep looking at it, so I have to talk myself through these things. If I had one suggestion, is that the color, this tannish orange that you have in the flowers, is in 2 places, and my eye goes to the photo and then it goes up here and over here and it gets stuck. If you had that orange color in one more place using the rule of thirds, it would help the eye flow around the layout better. And I really think that if you took this love and the swirly and made it that color, that would help. your eye, because right now this sort of seems disconjointed from the rest of the layout. Now take it in consideration. Remember, you passed the test, your layout's great, but I try to analyze things and come up with things to make the layouts better, and sometimes I hit right on and sometimes I don't. So I think this black here is the only place you really see that dark black on the entire layout. So Bindi says she likes the idea of adding some tan or orange. So even though obviously black and white photo, but it's more shades of gray, this black is the only place you see black. And so by taking that tan orange and making your love in that, I think it would soften it a little bit, and you might want to drop it down just a tad bit more to leave a little extra room up here. Even the whole thing, just take all of this and drop it down just a little bit to make it a little bit more bottom weighted, and leave a little bit more white space up here so that the white space pushes down on it. So if I had to pick it apart, those would be my suggestions. Claudette said let the title overlap the photo, and I was thinking that, and I wasn't sure I could visualize that as a good idea, but I think that that's she thought about it and I thought about it, so that would be where you would need to actually, you know, stick it into Photoshop Elements and, you know, just play with it, pull it around to see if that looks good or not. Overlapping sometimes is a good thing. So let's go find another one. Bunchy Tammy has one. It's coming up, but I think we're gonna have that problem again where I have too much of the URL. I got all, y'all have to stop giving me the, just grab the links from the top of the forum address. Let's see, and not the links underneath in the gallery at Hummy's World anyway. I keep hitting enter. I've got my hand on the wrong key. I meant to hit backspace. Okay, here we go. So here is Bunchy's layout, and this is the most recent one she put up with her sister's newest addition to their family. I need to turn my eye away and come back, and I'm not sure where my eye goes first. It might even be this title right here. I think what Tammy needs to do maybe is, just as an example in my tutorial where I had the 3 photos and they were all the same size, and then I changed one of them and made it into the focal weight of the photo. I think you need to pick one of them that you like best and make it your focal photo by making it larger. And for me, I don't know, I find this one in the upper left hand corner just priceless and precious. It's a close-up of her face, and so I would I would really rearrange this whole thing and just make that photo larger, and then group these 3 photos somewhere around it. Rod says he thinks this one with the baby held in the 2 hands should be the focal point, but I think Tammy's just going to need to decide which one she likes and wants to be the focal point. The one that she feels she wants her eye to go first, and then group the other 3 together Um, yeah, taken off of Facebook, so she had to enlarge them. I tell you what, though, I've had a lot of people tell me that they're afraid to enlarge photos taken off Facebook, because when you enlarge them, apparently you're going to lose quality because they're so small, and anytime you make something larger you lose quality as opposed to something smaller. But I have taken photos off of Facebook and enlarged them pretty far, and as long as I've brought them into my 300 ppi layout, I can tell you that mine have printed just fine. So I would go for it and try it and test it first. And then if all else fails, then you've got a layout that works right, and you can that doing it by 10%, everybody says to do it that way, and I tell you what, I find better success about bringing the layout, the photo as it is, into a 300 ppi document and just resizing it than I do doing resizing it by 10% at a time in its own file. That's just another topic down the road for me. But I would suggest doing that, trying to make it a little larger, and then putting the other 3 photos somewhere together in a little cluster, and maybe tucking your circle in with that cluster somehow. I want to point out right now you're really balanced, and you are scrapping more like I did before I analyzed all of this time. Hi, Dare to Be Me. I saw your entry. I remember cutting it and thinking, oh, that's a cool name. But you didn't win. I really appreciate you being here, though, and being brave to post in the chat room. Back to the layout. You're overbalanced, Tammy. You're doing the same way I did when I first started scrapping. You're scrapping just like I would until I analyzed all these design principles. I want to challenge you. See, you're not grounded. You just have them all balanced straight out. And nothing is grounded. To ground it, you need something that touches one side and then the other. And so think about using mats. Cut a piece of paper and make a border and have it maybe go all the way around, and then having everything touch that border, and even if it's one thing that touches another thing that touches another thing. And that sounds familiar. I'm glad it sounds familiar. Some people are reading in the forum. So if you want to work on this some more, because I know it's a very special layout to you, and share it with me, you've got my email. I'd be glad to help you if you want to share some changes with it. You can't get the layers thing, Dare to Be Me. Yeah, you need to go through my course 1, and that will help. Let me tell you, I had, and I say this a lot to people, don't stop, because once you all of a sudden get layers and it clicks, everybody I know says, why did that seem so hard? I'm teaching a night class, and these ladies recently were, a few of them had experience, but some of them had not any experience. And I watched one of them, and the first 2 nights, and she just kept doing everything I told her to do and everything I told her to do. And all of a sudden, near the end of the 3rd class period, she was like, I've just now got it. I get it. And to see that excitement on her face, just, that's when it makes being a teacher worthwhile. And and I knew, and I could see it. It was that moment, that aha moment. And when then she goes, everything she had learned the last 2 weeks before that all made sense all of a sudden. And don't stop, keep with it until you get that aha moment. And I got plenty of tutorials out there to help you, and all of a sudden one day it's going to click, and you're just going to take off from there. Yes, Rod, even guys do it. I love that we have 3 guys in the forum that take the lessons in scrapbook, and they're cool guys. If you want me to, do you want me to explain layers a little bit? Would that help? If I get some resources here, let me get some resources. I got a book and a magazine. I'm getting way off track, but I love to help people. And so I have a book, a magazine, but this is being recorded, Dare to Be Me, and will go up on the internet, and other people may come and be helped. So don't worry about it taking up all of my time, because when other people ask questions, that's how everybody learns. And Gail's right. Keep scrapping. Don't be discouraged. And I got a candy bar. For all those that didn't win the Photoshop Elements, maybe the candy bar will make it a little bit better. Candy bar. I'm sharing. I have a stack of things. This is your layers in Photoshop Elements. It's not 100 grand. It's a Crunch bar. I got a Kit Kat. Kit Kat better? So here are your layers. If you look at your layers palette down the side of Photoshop Elements, what's going to happen is if they are all stacked up like this, you're going to be able to see all of the elements. But if you move one thing a layer above the other thing, let's say this book, you move it here, what happens? Then you cannot see the 2 smaller things that are underneath it. And so if you bring in or maybe a paper and you have it on the top layer and it's big and covers up everything, then you see nothing. And so you have to move. The whole idea about layers is stacking them up appropriately so that you can see each thing, and then I can take my mouse and move it around wherever I want on the page, and there. Do y'all get it? Everybody who understands layers gets it. So it's just like a stack of books and an iPhone and a candy bar. At least I'm not eating it. So each piece is on its own layer with the largest piece on bottom. Exactly. And so you can actually click down with your Photoshop Elements and drag your layers up and down. And so if something disappears, then just take and move and click on the eyes and make them all invisible but the one that you're focusing on, and you'll be able to see it. That helps. So hopefully that helps you understand. But if you have a layer that's down, that's something small that's down lower, just click on it and drag it up in the layers palette, and you'll suddenly see it. And then click right out on your desktop and move it around, as long as you've got the move tool activated. How do you share a link? For one of your favorite pages, you need to go right up here to the address bar, click down, right click and copy, and then you can right click in the chat box and paste it. Okay, back to layouts. Have I lost them? I think we did this one already. Okay, I need some more layouts. Rod is right. If the biggest piece is on top and you lower the opacity, you can see everything underneath it. Okay, here's one. I'm going to try copying this a different way because I did this earlier. Oops. Okay. And here's Sarah's layout. And I remember this. I remember the photo. That is such an adorable photo. Such an adorable photo. And her expression and the way she looks is looking down, kind of. I don't know. There's just some expression there, and her expression more than his, but his too. And I would think, I gotta look away and look back, that my eye does go straight to the little girl first. It is a little girl, right? Can't read the name, but that's okay. But I do think then my eye kind of competes a little bit with the frame afterwards. The frame's little too thick. It has some value, the cute factor, even though it's not cute, it's more outdoorsy. The color of it really isn't all that bad, but the value of it, and I think a little bit of the size of it, I'm wondering if you even just moved the frame down a layer and allowed the photo to set up on top of it a part of the way to cut some of this out and make it smaller, if that wouldn't help it. Yeah, the frame. I have trouble with frames. I have trouble using frames. The other thing that I see you have going on, you have ribbons from the top down here to the bottom, so you are grounding everything okay. But you're too centered, you're too balanced. The eye goes straight to the photo and it gets stuck in the frame and it can't get out. It can't flow around the rest of the page. And so you know, one, changing the frame would help. Two, you know, if you just I would move the photo over this way a little bit, since it's her face that I see first, and then she would be looking this way. And so if you move everything over to this rule of thirds line right here, then she would be, my eye would go to her, provided it didn't get stopped by the frame, and my eye would move the same way that she's looking. So then kind of look this way, and over here put something like your title or something for the eye to go to. Does that kind of make sense? You've got all these cute little circly things. You can even use them to lead, you know, from her eye down to the little scarecrow thingy or something. Okay, she gets that. Let's see. Doran, I never know how to say your name, but you've been around a while. I have been around you a while. Were you in the Yahoo group with us? I don't remember. But we're going to look at yours. It's posted at Digitals. And I would say that my eye goes to the photos, all of them at the same time. and it's confused. It tries to go and look at all of them at the same time. Her white dress is what's making my eye go to the photos first, because you did well. The background paper is dark, and so this background paper is in contrast to the white of her dress. If you wanted to contrast it even more, putting some, strokes around the photos and putting some drop shadows on them would be a good idea too. My eye seems to go second to the text. The reason is that my eye goes first to the white dress, and the only other white thing on the page is your text. And it looks like, is that journaling or is that a song? Looks like journaling. Thumbs up on journaling. I always look for that in layouts. That's the most important thing. So I'm trying to decide how to suggest to change this, because my eye kind of goes right here on the photos and gets stuck and never flows anywhere else. And I think is there different men in each photo, but yet it says Dance with My Father as the title of, I need to scroll this down to see what you're saying. The song is in black, and Claudette said make one of them bigger. That's what I was thinking. It seems like she's dancing with a lot of people, but it says Dance with My Father up here for the title. So which one is the father? From this, I can't tell which one is her father. And so, make the one with her father larger than the other ones, and maybe put a white stroke around that photo and then tuck the other ones in there. She says her dad died when she was 14, and that is his brother's, and that's substituted as a father. That's just sweet. That's sweet. And I guess if I could read the journaling, I would know all that. And so since those are all of his brothers, that's why it's hard. You don't want to make one of them bigger than all the others. I can understand that. That does make sense, and that kind of almost makes it okay that my eye goes to all the photos together and gets stuck there, because that puts them all equal. And yeah, see, sometimes you have to analyze the purposes of your layouts and what the meaning is that you're trying to get across. And I think that's good. Your things here in the corner help to ground everything, but if I were you, I would try to leave some white space up here at the top, because you're very center balanced. Everything is in the center. If you could just make these flowers a little bit smaller, scoot down the white text and scoot down all this black text to leave a little bit of space up here, you're going to make your layout bottom heavy, and that's going to really help it, I think. That and maybe stroking the photos white. Now that we've had our awe moment, here's one from Claudette. And I have no idea how long this show is going, but we are having fun learning, so we're losing people along the way. Getting fewer viewers. Aww. Okay, in this instance, my eye goes straight to the little bitty toes. And yes, it does go to this photo second. So if your goal is for it to go to the toes before the face, then you were successful there. Goodbye, Gail. We'll see you all. We're going a little long. Do we want to meet and do this again another night? Because this is kind of fun. Yep, Claudette says yep, do this again. You have a cute factor here right in the middle of your layout. And this cute factor here is kind of, you know, yes, it's successful. You look here and then you go up to your photo here. My eye does do that, and it's supposed to, but then this thing here, my eye kind of struggles to jump over it. It does jump over it, but it kind of struggles. Yeah, distracting. And so even just making that a lot smaller would help. I don't find these two, even though they're large, to be too distracting, but this right here in the middle is. And you know, of course, you know, if it were me, I would make things all a little bit smaller and find room for a title and even a tidbit of journaling, because you know, these photos are meaningless without that little bit of journaling or even a name. My new grandbaby Jake in June. Was this your first grandbaby? Yeah, we're going to have to close up. A lot of people, it's Monday night and it's getting late because we're all over the place. But we will meet and do this again. I think I've got a lot of positive response from the people, and that they want to do this, meet and do this again. So do this again soon. Well, Dare to Be Me, this has been recorded and you can come back and watch the entire thing. In fact, you'll be able to see it as soon as I hit save after I stop recording, and it will also be on the podcast when I get it up, and on Digiscrap map when I get that up. There was Dawn hanging up. That made me jump. And so congratulations to Diane, and I will be sending her a copy of the Photoshop Elements 9. And I had fun with you all. Thanks for being here and for sharing your layouts, and we'll get together and do this again, because I think everybody likes looking at layouts and helping to learn how to improve them. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.